This is going to be a bit of a guide for Leo's Fortune speedrunning. What I want to do is talk through various tricks, both for any percent, well, both safe and both risky, and kind of go through both and discuss where they should be used and where not in terms of speedrunning. Now, the first part of the first level, everyone kind of knows this, it's all basically about what speed tech you can get, what momentum you can get. Now, the only big time save on this one is getting directly on top over this in one go. So to do that, you need to get the momentum previous. It's, in all fairness, I'm not very good at this level, but I'll see what I can do. Jump off there and straight over. Yeah, there's a number of ways, but at the end, basically you need a good amount of momentum off that last jump, and you've got to jump straight over. Yeah, all of that is pretty safe from a speedrun point of view. If you get it, you're fine. If you don't, you just lose time. You don't die, anything like that.
I wonder how it works.
That's the easiest way up there. So that's basically what I use in all runs. But saying that, there is a second way of doing it, which is jumping up off of there, and you can jump straight up onto the top platform. So let's see if I can get this. Again, I do not do this trick very often, so it's hopefully I can show it off. Like that, but then you get straight up there, so that's how you do it. Now, as I go through these tricks, a safe speed run will do the safe tricks, obviously, and I suspect you can get sub 40 minutes doing all the safe tricks, but to get below like 39, probably going to have to start doing some of the risky strats that I talk about here. Obviously, the more risky strats you can do safely, the better.
What's this
That was terrible. I'm not even going to talk about this one. I'll just skip this because everyone knows how to fly over that thing. You just need enough momentum to jump straight over. If you don't get it, basically you start the run again. Now through here, there are actually specific points you want to hit to jump off to get some good momentum through this little section here. So I'll do that again. And you want to hit the curves going up. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I'll try once more. Basically you want to jump off and hit the curves at the right angle. So that's good, that keeps momentum. Yeah, the second one was bad. Third and fourth were pretty good. This one here, if you get it, great. If you don't, oh well, too bad. See what you can do. I won't talk through that one because everyone knows that trick. You jump off here and start to fall down there and catch yourself. This is all making it slightly risky. Now this one you need to do 2 quick jumps straight through. Now obviously that's not great. If you get too much speed in this section, you can kill yourself. So, jump twice, jump off. Wasn't great. We'll try once more. So, drop twice, jump off there. Now, do a small drop down, just so you avoid the walls. If you hit the walls, obviously you die. Lose a lot of time, restart the run since it's still the first level. Now I've got no clue if it's quicker to keep mashing the drop button or just to push normally, but I think it's pretty much the same. Now everyone should know that little trick, which is just a double drop on the slope. The rest of this level is pretty simple. So the first level, there are a lot more optimal runs than mine. Leaderboards, people are down to about 127. You see my best is 133. I honestly can't say I've tried all that much. Now, I find a lot of the tricks that people don't know are in the later levels. So we'll go through. Now, this level you want to drop straight off the start, you just lose time otherwise. So jump off here, jump, drop. Now this one, drop straight through, this one drop straight through. This one you want to drop half through, I'll start it again. And then you want to jump as you are about to get through the platform.
Okay.
This one, drop straight through, drop, jump. And then drop through there. Now if you get enough speed up, you'll always hit that point. Now, this isn't really consistent, but you can get it more than you don't. Because when you jump up here, just slam down on this little platform and ball here. And you will get quite often a speed boost. Unless you do that. And getting a speed boost through here is actually quite important, so when you're coming through here, drop and jump on the... So drop, jump, and then you want to drop, jump, get a lot of speed up, drop, and I missed that one by the jump out the end. Yeah, this next trip, it's actually quite important to get a lot of speed through that last section and this section here for a good time on this level, especially for individual levels, which is IOs. Now coming through here, what you want to do is you want to stomp onto this platform here, so come on up, stomp, and then just jump and hold up there, go straight past, and drop and jump. Okay. That's the quickest way to get through there, so we can do that again. Basically, you're running forwards. Just drop, keep running forwards, jump off that platform, that slope, and you're straight up there. That is the quickest way to do it. Obviously that doesn't work at 100% because you've got to collect all those coins below. And you'll have a fair bit of speed going through here. Now you don't really want to jump through there because you do lose a bit of speed. When you do it, I'll do it once more. I won't, but basically I drop down onto this slope here and then jump again. And then drop through here, jump off there, and you want to lose speed on this first one, so jump up and to get to here. Then you just want to do small jumps up here, like this. That is actually the quickest way to do it. I do suspect you can jump straight on the first one straight from this slope and go up onto that next slope to the right in one jump, but I haven't been able to do it yet, so probably should practice that a bit. But small jumps up here, as soon as you touch it, keep jumping. You can do this in one or two. One is a bit riskier. So it depends on the strat you want to do. One float, I should say, or two float, or no floats. So no float, you just drop it the whole time. One float, lets you readjust. Going through here, jump, drop on here, jump, drop. Down. Actually, I'll do that again. So, on this second one, on the second platform, you don't actually want to. On the second platform, you don't want to drop right on the end, because if you drop right on the end, you lose a lot of time as you try and swap the momentum back the other way. Like this. What you do want to do, I'll just kill myself, is drop most of the way across, just past the midpoint, just to give it a small slope and then jump up on the next one. Now this one, This one you don't really need to slam or drop down on it at all. As long as you land on this section, it'll give you enough momentum. Land on this section, it'll give you enough momentum. Now drop on this one. What you want to do, you want to get to about here and jump. If you get right to the end of this one and try and jump over this, you'll just hit the wheel every time. So you actually want to try and jump it about three-quarters of the way along. So, and as soon as you jump it, let go of the jump, so you become small again. You can get this very consistently once you got it down pat. It's very simple to do. Now, if you do keep killing yourself on it, it basically means you're jumping too early, or you're jumping too late. If you hit that about pretty much three-quarters of the way along, every time, and then just one float and you drop one here. Now don't slam this one down, just let it drop, and what you want to do is actually wait till you get to right at the end of this platform and jump off the end of it. It'll give you a decent speed boost, and you should only have to float about twice off the end of it. This one you want to drop and float off the curves, same as usual. And get through. So the start of this next level is super important. Now, I'll show you the first one, which is the
Before I went deeper,
basic way of doing it, to hit one cycle. And it's good enough, it's consistent. It'll get you through basically every time without too much issue. So what you do when you get to this section here, just jump over the first one, then just start floating over the rest of them, float over the rest. Just keep jumping over the rest. So this one, float a little bit, jump, and on the last one float a bit. Now this will get you through to this next section on a reasonably nice cycle. Don't try and beat this one here, you won't if you do that. And then you'll get through this section, and that's the safe cycle. You hit this section here, oops, bad, and you drop them in about when it's halfway down. So I'll restart that and I'll do the quicker way. Now if you can get it, great, but it is much riskier and you do need a very good start. So you'll see I'm jumping a bit quicker to get quite a bit earlier. And I need to jump over there and start jumping off these downward slopes to get a lot more speed, and especially on the way back. And you hit the earlier cycle.
It's a bit dangerous.
And you'll see I'll get there a bit. Now it's hard to tell that the cycle is much different, but you'll see when I get to this section up here, I'll basically get there just in time to drop this in the hole. Now there is a way to get that, get
some kind of puzzle.
Fly over the top and straight into the little basket. I've done it once, like literally done it once. I don't know how to do it. The one time I did do it, I managed to hit that block with all the balls in it at a very high speed. But I haven't done it again. Now once you drop it all in the basket, come over here, wait about 2 seconds and then drop, so you get through here at the right time as it's lifting. Drop down there and jump off here and start floating. Now this is all part of the timer, so hit this one here, jump over, Jump over now. You can't do that much quicker because you can only catch the sun on the way back down, so there's no point trying to rush that one too much to be honest. That one is a reasonable time. So that was 0.2 off my best pace. So the first way I showed you, very consistent, very easy to do. Good for learning the runs. Second method isn't that risky, but the second you hit a spike, it resets the cycles for the whole level and you do lose a lot of time. Now, train spotting, or Victor's train sport is a notorious level for speedrunning. I'll do the basic way first. We'll try and get through. So,
This looks a bit dangerous.
cycle, and most of the time you can't get through this on the first go. It's only if you get a very good run. But if you do get it the first go, you can squeeze past them, save time. Through here, and there's a couple of ways to do this. So if this first one's down, just run through, you'll make it. If the second one's down, just run through, you'll make it, but then you have to jump over this. Now the easy way to do this next section is to land in here, push, float. That's the basic way. So I'm going to start this again, and this is going to be the quicker way.
This looks a bit dangerous.
Now, that's a big issue. If you do this too quickly, as you're jumping through, you hit that one just there. Now, I'll just show one more thing. The cycle, doesn't matter what I do right now, I can waste time when I want. The cycle on those
This
saw
looks a
blades
bit
only starts
dangerous.
when I get to the right side of the spikes. So, now I've started this one. Do that again. So I'll just prove a point, waste a bit of time over here, it doesn't really matter. I'll do this nice and slowly.
This looks a bit dangerous.
And now this cycle starts to run. And as long as you jump and drop, you will hit the quick cycle. That would have been the quick cycle, would have been a problem, and that would have also been the quick cycle for the next saw blades. But I missed it, so. Yeah, now this is the... You can get this consistent, this trick here,
dangerous.
but it takes a lot of practice. And I'm only just starting to incorporate it into any percent runs now. And I screwed that again. I just want to get this one once, so you can see the whole time.
This looks a bit dangerous.
If I don't, oh, too bad.
This looks a bit dangerous.
Still get the early stuff. If I could. Anyway, apparently I can't, so I'm just going to keep going. Now, there is a trick which is definitely not 100%. When I say 100%, I mean the 100% speedrun safe, where you need to complete the level without dying. So we get past this section. This is the ultimate way of doing this little bit, and it is quicker. So basically come up here and fly, and hit that point and jump straight over those spikes.
Yeah.
It takes practice. If you stuff it up, it does not help at all. You lose time if you die there. There's a little platform there. You just got to practice it. Now, once you get past it, you want to bounce off these little corners here. Now the cycles here change depending on everything you've done prior to the earlier in the level. So this one you want to come up here, bounce off the top here. Not like that. You want to get you do want to get a bounce off the top. You've got to time it right to give you a little boost. It's almost when you're coming down. There we go. And you want to jump on the end of these platforms to try and get a small speed boost at the time. Now this one's pretty basic. Some people do the lower one first, I do the second one first.
What's this now?
There. Now this is my way of doing the next skip. Basically I keep pretty low and I try and squeeze through the gap. There's a few ways to do it. I'm not going to really talk it through too much. Now I jump early on this and then float back in. And pick them their own ways. Train skip, we all know that one.
Well, look at this.
You just jump. And you're on there. Now, yeah, I was actually going to reset that anyway. There are things you can do to make this quicker, relatively safely. You should always get up here. I don't kill myself because I'm running out of time. Basically, you can always keep hitting the checkpoints a little bit early. As long as you do it with enough time, it's not a big issue. So you want them up here, and you won't. Now, I don't do this one yet in a run because I haven't learned it well enough yet. I do the second one. You want to basically float across and hit the checkpoint there, and then you're at the next checkpoint. That'll save you a couple of seconds without being massively risky. Now this is one that I do pretty much every time. Now wait till you see this one followed by the two. Jump over here and you want to keep going. You can't do that a lot quicker. Step it up slightly. That last one, the one from this first checkpoint is more difficult to get a decent go at. The second one is a lot easier to get a decent go at, and it'll take you to the end of the level and save you more time. It is worth learning both of those. Each one will save you 3 to 5 seconds, I'd say, if done correctly. But meanwhile, you can just sit on the train and you can just jump off the end at the end. Now, this is a very interesting level for speedrunning. Cousin Taba, basically, there are tricks you can do that potentially save you a lot of time, and there's not a huge amount of downside to try them, so you may as well try them. The first one for my setup requires very specific jumps. So, small jump off here, drop, 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 try that again. Basically what we want to do, we don't even want to hit the water there. So, jump, drop, 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 or drop float I should say at the end. Now I will get this at least once just to show you. And you almost are there. If you do it very perfectly, you can skip the next water section as well. I don't think I'll get it in this video. There you go. And you'll go straight over that. Now, the reason I say there's not much downside is because if you miss it, you just drop in this water very quickly, and you want to be down here anyway, so it's not a big deal. And then the second thing that you can try, if you fall into this water, is jumping off that one and jumping straight over here. So that was jumping off this little corner right here as you jumped, as you floated past. Missed it there, but you saw it the same way. And of course the slowest way is just to do it with the Now, there's two ways to jump over this, just float over and drop down. One that I've been trying, I think it's fractionally quicker. It's just to jump off the back wall. And now when we get to this cannon, there's two things you can do. You can just climb in the cannon.
This looks a bit
And
dangerous.
that's literally all you do. Now, if you press the drop button just before it's about to go off, it will fly off in a random orientation. It may be good, it may not, but it'll be different. So I'll do that now, just to show you. So it dropped me lower and I actually hit this bottom section. That one's okay, doesn't save a huge amount of time. If you get it right, you can actually get flown right up in the air and you can actually jump over all those crates and land straight up here. So it's an interesting one to play with, but it's not that consistent. But it should never kill you. Anchor skip, we all know, everyone's got different ways to do it. This is just how I do it.
Very nice.
After the anchor skip, you can try and jump straight over there. Now, if you don't get it, it's not the end of the world. There is another skip you can do. I will show you how it's done here because I can do the skip on the second set of bones. So you can jump straight over this one, if I can. And you can get that straight off the anchor skip. It is very difficult, and if you die, this is not safe for 100% at all. It's kind of safe for any percent, because you'll just respawn here, but you will lose a second or so. But you basically have to build speed up and then jump off here, jump straight over that. Now, the second thing you can do is if you miss it, you can literally just, missed it, you just jump off the bonus to give you a boost. So that, you can float over the next one. Now, if you've jumped over this one, the first one is from the anchor skip. You can also do this on the second one, but you have to watch that little point there. So, I'll do it again. That is the first point that will actually hurt you. If you get it correctly, I will show this because it is how you should do it for an optimal IL run. Just kill myself. That one there is much easier. This one's a bit harder. If you get it, jump over the third set of bones. I'll try again. Yeah, you've got to keep floating and off the stage, and then you've got to drop down. So you've got to do a blind drop on that one once you pass this. But once you get that down pat, you're basically skipping one little section there, which is a huge jump. The rest of this goes as per normal. We all know the final little skip. Trying to find a consistent setup for it. Just do a little jump on here for more speed, and I jump down there. The easiest way, jump up here and jump off there for more speed. It's the most consistent way. Then you don't even actually have to do it puffed up. So that's how people have been doing it. But it really doesn't matter either way. Don't jump too early. And now I'll do something. So it's lot of the skips in that level do not require a great deal of risk. The only one I wouldn't normally try in a any percent speedrun or 100% speedrun is the jump after the anchor skip. So Cleversome Caves. There's a couple of ways to do this start.
Some kind
Very
of
consistent
puzzle.
way. Just keep jumping until you knock this up. Knock that down. Run around. And press like 3 drops and then go through the hole. That's very consistent. The quickest way, drop down here, knock this off.
Some kind of puzzle.
Get a speed boost off there. And then you have to... Probably didn't see that, I'll show it again in a sec. And this is why it's not consistent, because the anchor doesn't always get what you're trying... The doesn't always hook this little section down here.
Some kind of puzzle.
So, what you want to do, you need to drop this off. As soon as it's falling, you turn back. You don't need to see it go off completely. Jump, drop, jump for speed boost. And when you're up here, knock it right, and then knock it left, and then you also want to drop while you knock it left. So, and you'll see Leo's body get hung up on the anchor and force it left more.
Some kind of puzzle.
And if you do it all 100% correctly, it's very quick. You've got to get underneath and then you've got to keep there. Hopefully it drops in. That one wasn't right. This is why it's not a very good solution.
Some kind of puzzle.
A normal speedrun. Oops. I screwed that one up. I'll try once more. See if I can get it.
Some kind of puzzle.
This is what you need to do for ILs.
Some kind of puzzle.
Yeah, that should be it. And got that. Yep, straight through. Now,
Another
what
puzzle.
you need to do, just keep turning this one right. Don't go back left to get the balls to adjust. You just keep turning it right. When you get this slope just here, just jump. And then keep them going, and keep them going back. Now, I think a lot of people know this next section. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Suffice to say, there's a little jump at the start. You can just jump
Another
right
puzzle
here, and
to tease with my mind.
Drop straight in here. Don't go around twice. Just jump up the first time. Let it keep swinging around. Just wait a sec and go now. Maybe. I'd pretty much just go when I did. I just kind of screwed it up ever so slightly. Now, once you're on here, drop as soon as it opens.
I solved it.
And once you're down here, what you want to do is puff up and go straight to the left, straight up above me. And then you want to scoot across the crate. So up and scoot across the crate like that. It's actually really terrible. So up, let it fall, at the end scoot up. So I'll start that one again. What you want to do is you want to scoot across the crates to give
some kind of puzzle.
The ball some really good momentum, and if you do it correctly, you can actually get it straight to basically to the last one.
Another puzzle.
And how you do it, you just have to emulate kind of how it looks, because that's really all I'm doing. That's exactly how it looks. But basically, you hit the first crate
Another puzzle
And the
to
second crate,
tease
that was how
with
you do
my
it.
mind.
Jump. This corner there. You hit the first crate, you slide into the second crate, and you should send the ball rolling right through the first crate. Start sliding, second crate, slides right through to the fourth one, and just hit the fourth one. That is pretty much the quickest way to do it. Now, when you get here, there is a new trick I've just recently discovered. It's not easy, but if you miss it, you don't lose a lot of time. So, come right, drop here and jump, and see if you can get up there. So, drop, terrible. The old way is just go up there and just jump up, very easy. But the new way, you can just come along here, drop, jump. And you want to get on this little edge here. Just like that. Now the thing is, if you miss it, it's not the end of the world, you just go in the water and you just do this. But if you do get it, saves about a second, I'd say. But it is not easy, there you go. So that's just a small little extra skip. So, I don't know how far through I'm going to go with all this stuff. It's already 2:30. We'll just see. I'll at least get halfway through. Victor's down now. Just get a speed boost off here. Jump off here. Jump and then you want to hit the back side of the boat and basically get a speed boost off here.
Okay.
So that, and you keep floating down. That's the quickest way to do it. Then you just jump on there. And as long as you don't lose too much time on there.
Not sure this is a good idea.
Yeah, that's my most consistent way to do that. That's my most consistent way to get that little bit. Now, on this first block here, you can, as it's knocking down, jump off it and jump up to the next one, which saves you having to go into the water to float back up. It is not easy to do, but if you get it, it will save you a few seconds. It's even hard to do it while it's there, but yeah, just like that. But you need to do it while it's just about to fall in the water. Not easy. Well, you do want to drop that one down first, because what it does, it'll, as you can see, it floats itself back down. It'll get right down the slope. Now, as you float up here, just jump up, float up. There we go. You want to jump off that one to get a boost. What you want to do with this one is just force it as far right as you can, even off the edge of the slope, and then just turn left and drop. It'll bounce back right in the perfect spot for you. Just to force it down slope and get up. So I've seen people do the top one first and then the bottom one, and it's not as quick. I've seen people do the bottom one and then drop the top one here and then knock it down and then do it again, but it's also not as quick. So this is all about just getting the right height, not wasting it. Now there's a small little trick here that you can do, which is just jump off there, very simple, and then keep jumping. Again, here the checkpoints are broken, so you don't want to die. In this next section, you basically just want to move them as little as you can and still get past them. So I move it just until Leo starts to drop, and then I just go up there. Okay, here, I float up. This is all pretty basic. Hit that. Now you can just keep jumping off this corner. You can just keep doing that forever until you get up. Now you want to hit this and then stop early, just so it goes over, and then it'll float back to where it should be. This one you got to get it to get in the right spot. You want to hit the hit there, and then you want to swing it back and push it down. Through there, float up. So you can lose a lot of time on those crates if you don't knock them the right way. Because then they'll go down the left slope and they'll go right to the end. You've got to push them all the way to the right. This one's a fun one. This first section, so I'll show you something first. The first section you can actually get a lot of speed, but then it stops you up. So here, I'll just restart. You can actually get a lot of speed off this little starting section. I'll do it again. That's enough. But then it'll stuff you up here because you won't always be able to hit that perfectly. That one actually wasn't too bad, but if you get too much speed, you'll actually miss this ledge here, and you'll fall straight down here, and you'll just lose time. So it's actually just easy. Just hold right, jump right off this corner here, jump and float. You'll hit either, you'll pretty much always hit that. Jump up on that one, jump up on there. Now you can get a good speed boost just on that corner there if you get it perfect. But it's not easy to do, and it doesn't give you a huge time save. Pretty much just like that, but I just didn't get the boost. Everyone knows this one. The longer you wait, the more horizontal momentum you get. And what you want to do is actually jump over that block and not move that block at all. You don't need the block. Now, there are a couple of ways to do it. The old way to do it is to push the block, and then when the block gets to the slope, jump off the block. Not a problem. Now, if the block's down there, what you can do is jump and jump, and you get up there. But you don't even need the block. You just run along here. Stop right here. Jump, and you're up.
This looks a bit intimidating.
Now, this level is all about cycles, so that'll make it a bit quicker, and you should hit an earlier cycle. Because it's all about what these platforms are. Now, the safe way to do it, always go to these bottom ones when they're down, so you hit the wall when they drop down. That's just the safe way to do it. You don't save much time if you don't do that. Now, this is the 2 cycle for these platforms. Jump and jump through there. It's not easy, but once you get it down pat, it's actually pretty consistent. Then you just jump up there. If I can do this one. There we go. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. This is how I do it in any percent, because it is consistent. And you're through. Not a problem. Very easy. Very consistent. You don't die basically ever. The IL way to do it, jump and jump like that, get through them quicker. I'm terrible at it. Just like that. So, I don't do that in runs, because at the end of the day, it's not worth the time loss. An interesting thing is you can actually jump over those whole platforms. Not easy to do, and it's a massive time waste, but it's just fun to jump over them. Now, I will be the first to say I'm not the biggest expert at the aunts section, so take what I say with a grain of salt, but that was not a good start to this. I find it's actually easier not to gain too much speed at the start because you want to jump over there and get that boost. You're not there and that boost. And you want to drop straight away and jump over there. Now, in this section, a lot of people I see jump down here, come all the way over here, and then fly up here. Now, I don't think that is the right way to do it. I'll see where it takes me. Perfect. Because by the time you get past that rolling ball, it's a lot further to the right. So you just want to float here, and then basically drop straight after it. And you're slightly slower, but you know you've gotten there when the ball's gone past it. I'm going to try and get a boost off that little ledge you saw right there. And if you get enough boost through here, this makes this next cycle interesting. So I'll try and do it anyway. So I'll let everyone knows the basic way to do it. The slightly harder way to do it, you need to speed boost off there, jump off there. And I'm going too quickly. You basically want to follow these things, and you can get straight through it without. You can get straight through all three in one go. Now it's actually worth kind of having a try of it, because if you got the speed, you lose a bit of time. And you can see how it would work there. I do it once more, but basically that was pretty much it. You just got to jump really quickly underneath all three. There is actually a quicker way to do it. But it's, from what I can tell, is not consistent. It's difficult. Everyone knows how to push the 3. I won't worry too much about that, I'll just push 4.
I better watch my step.
Now there's a quick way of doing this next section. I'm not very good at it.
Not good.
This section here. So you want to slide, and then jump out of there. Actually, I got it. And then you basically just speed through that section back there. So we'll try it again. Because otherwise the next section is really slow. So, drop, jump, drop. And that's okay, but there are better ways to do it. Now I'm just going to run through here. There's nothing massive with this bit, except for this one here. Basically, what you can do is you can just jump straight up here. You don't need to worry about pushing this block, you don't need to get a slope on it, you don't need to get momentum, you just need to jump on there, and then jump up. It's really not difficult at all. It's 100% safe every time. Yeah, everyone knows this one, you just jump straight through and drop. Just want to hit this bit. The quicker you do it, the nothing special about that one. So, skulls. I'll see if I can get this first bit.
Okay.
I'll try again. Basically, what you want to do is you need to get the right momentum and the right level to jump and hit this and jump up over the top of it. Now, I'm not very good at it. I don't do it and run because I'm not very good at it. In all honesty, I just usually bang my head against this a couple of times. If you get it twice, if you can get over it, it is a big time save. I'm just not good at it. That's probably my next trick to learn to do it consistently.
Oh, this is not good.
Through here, just keep jumping. Get a small speed boost off the last one. Helps. Now Now on these, jump and drop in the first bit and then jump off the second bit. That'll give you a small speed boost each time and then small speed boost from there. Now this next trick is a one-time trick, really. If you don't get it, you can't get it. So you want to float across and then jump over there like that. Basically the issue is if you die, you don't start here, you actually start down over here. So if you miss it, you just miss it. It doesn't save a huge amount of time, to be honest. So it's give or take whether or not you're going to try and use it. Now this section is all about timing. And I don't really know how to teach people to do it. Like, I literally do not know how to teach people to do this. You just either do it or you don't. You would need to get inside. So I didn't do it then, of course. You need to get inside this little gap here. And again, just like that. So again, I've got no clue. You just need to let him jump in this little gap. I'll kill myself for it. Can't really. You need him to jump and get inside that little gap, and then on the upwards momentum, keep jumping up. You get all three at once. This next section, I think everyone does know this. The way I do it, just jump down there. That lets me. I'll show you how I try and do it in a run, so it's safe that if I mess it up, I don't die. So jump low, and if you get it like that, fantastic. That would have been fine. But if you miss it, which I will, too high, too low, there's not much you can do about it, so you always wait a bit longer than you think. So too high, just drop straight on it, and then, I didn't do it very well then. Just drop like that. Catch a second one. If you can get that one in a run, yeah, it does save a decent amount of time.
Faster, Leo, faster.
Don't mind me. But again, you can try that last skip, you just need to have a really good backup for when you mess it up. So, Olga's Contraptions is more just about clean movement tech. You can do 5 bounces on the first one to get it past. I think you only need 4 on this one to get it past. Make sure you're right on the end because it gives you the most leverage. Through here you want to land right on the slope so you get the most movement forward. Now everyone knows this little trick here. There's 2 parts to it though. You can just jump straight up here, that's the safe way to do it, and then you jump up. Otherwise, it's slightly riskier and it's a giant pain in the bum if you miss it. But, see that's what happens if you miss it. If you get it properly, you can just jump straight up onto there. It saves you half a second maybe. Now this one, I'm just going to get through this bit because it's just pain. You just got to get through this section as quickly as possible. Now here the safe way is usually to drop down here and then drop down there. And then on the second one, this is 100% safe. Just drop on here and then just jump out through there. Float once or half once and then just jump through there. Quite often if you do it all perfectly, you'll just hit the cycle there and you can choose to risk it or not. Come through here, just float there. Now, I want to show something, but I don't really want to die. Sorry. I'm going to try it and hopefully it works out for the best. Float up there and it'll float you up, and then float up there. Yeah, perfect. So that's how you want to do it, but it's riskier because you're jumping off the edge of that little point. Then jump down here. The rest of this is all pretty basic. You just want to keep moving and keep the block moving. Now, I suspect you can jump on the block and force it down to make it go quicker.
Solved it.
I do need to investigate that. Now, I'm terrible with this one, so all I'm gonna basically say is go watch Kongsberg's version of it, because I'm no good at doing these double jumps off these blocks. I'm not sure if it's a PlayStation thing versus a Android or OS thing. I can still do it, it's just a lot less consistent. And if it is easier on Android or iOS, I think it's a frame rate issue, as in you can be in contact with this corner for a longer period of time. So, the first one, to be honest, I'm actually going to just say watch the video, because I'm just going to run through this one. I'll have to link it somewhere. Now this, you can jump straight over this and it would never trigger, and then you can jump over the next bit. Either way, what you do need to do is need to jump off this section here. I'll do it properly. I just let it drop, jump off that section there like that, and then float right at the last second to keep your speed. Drop there. You want to get up there. Ideally you want to keep a lot of your momentum, get up there and keep floating onwards. It gets a bit difficult, but if you can at least die there, save a bit of time. This level is not my speciality.
I better watch my step.
But that's what you want to try and do. So I'm going to actually go back, kill myself again. Yep, okay. So there's two ways to do this. Jump at the last second and go in there like that. Or I find it easier, just come here and then float the last second. So you're running through while you're floating. And I find that really consistent. This section's all pretty basic. You can get a jump off of there. Have a look at the other video. Now the most significant one is right at the end. Oh, I got it. Didn't help me, but I got it. Let's force this one up. Yeah, no, the most significant one is doing it here. Now, the thing is, even if I get it here, I can't get it here with enough momentum to take me to the end. And I wonder if that's a PlayStation thing. Let's see if I can do it. And no, again, I just can't get the distance. So I just push. I had a bit more time, I'll keep going through it. I do enjoy these levels if you get them done right. Otherwise they're intensely frustrating. So I'm going to just run you through, jump back there, jump here. That'll get you through pretty quickly. Now jump and float here just so you don't get hung up like that. There's a little bit of RNG there though. Yeah. Whenever you come up to a wall and you need to drop, just jump off it and then hold the drop button. It'll drop you lower. This one here, jump, float up, and again jump off the thing. Now what you want to do here is jump up early and then drop down the section. So jump and then drop, and it'll keep your momentum through there. Here, jump once and then float once and then use your drop to balance yourself out. That's the easiest way to get through. Now I'm going to restart this section because that whole start, because there is cycles coming up that you do want to hit. So I want to show that. So as long as you don't die or stuff ending up here, you should hit pretty good cycles. Jump. Oh, okay, restart. That was terrible. The quicker you can get through the starting section, the better the cycle usually is. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now you want to get 2 speed boosts off this one. Jump, jump. Another speed boost on this one. It's a reasonable cycle, so that was actually pretty quick. Now you want to jump straight up to this one up here and then keep going.
Easy.
Now you want to make sure you get through there on 2 jumps. And I'm going to wait here. There's 2 ways to do this one. You can either hit it up here and then go up and over. Or if you've missed that, you need to let it come down a bit further. Jump. And then you can slide through. But then you don't usually make that one. Now this is the slow way if you've got to go through this way. Anyway. Now, I don't think anyone does this next section yet. Do that to restart the cycle. This is how I do this one. So jump here and float and just stay on this wall. And you want to hit right just at the right time to get in there and then hold right here to get jumping a little bit. So I'm going to kill myself. Okay. So I'll just show it again now. It seems very dangerous and it is painful if you ever die in a run. But you can get it pretty consistently. As long as you know what to do. So when this is at the bottom section, jump and hold on to the float. And pressing right to stay on the wall there and then just hold right once you get out of there and then that middle section. Breathless Wheels, there's no point rushing this one to be consistent.
Okay.
You just want to wait for it, so wait. I said you just want to wait for it.
Okay.
So wait. Yeah, just lap down. You can lose your height whenever you need. You want to get up here and then you want to speed boost through there. Because you do want to be quick in the next section. So I'll do this one again. Show it properly. Just catching the next cycle will make it much safer. So start right up here and drop, and then jump the last second. Jump up here. Slow down a lot up here, but that's not a big issue as long as you get enough speed early. You want to hit this one right at that point. Because if you hit it when the spikes are, you've got to jump the spikes. Now, it's very hard to get up there. Now, this is my way of doing this next section. Again, I don't think anyone else has done this. And it's not easy necessarily, so... But you can get semi-consistently, and it is worth the time to mess it up. So you want to drop down on this one, jump through, slide down and then float up through there and go right through. Now I'm killing myself here so I can show again. So sit in here, get past the first one. First one's easy. Second one, get in this little L section, jump, float, and then you want to get into this one. And you've got to get into the last one pretty quickly because you can kill yourself trying to get out of the last one if you're not quick enough. I'll just do it one more time. You need to get in there, jump, float, up there, and then
Very nice.
Now here, just pretty much follow the coins. It doesn't matter where you go as long as you don't let go of right. Okay, so next section. Sergio's Grindery. You do want to do this at the start, so there's two ways to take this start. This is the quicker way. I'll show you the other way in a second. Yeah, I'm going to take a death, died anyway. I'll restart that, show you the slower way. So the slower way, if we just hold right, you don't get there very quickly. You miss the cycle and you've got to die to reset the cycle. And you want to jump over here, jump up on this one, jump up on this one, and you're through. But that's slow, so we don't do that. We need a small boost at least to get there. Then we've got to jump off this first one, jump into the second one, jump in the third one. Now if you keep up your momentum here, you actually save time by dying in a minute. So by dying here, you reset this in a slightly better position. Now you can do this. I'll just show you doing the three-way. I never do three in a normal run. I do two in a normal run. So the last one because it's much safer. Now when you come through here, what you can do is you can jump there and it'll actually give you more speed. As long as you don't stop there. Again, as long as you keep momentum back there, you get through this one easier. But since I didn't keep momentum back there, it slows things down and makes it painful.
Nice.
If you keep your momentum through the last section, you can do this in one cycle without having to wait that little bit. Now on this one, there's two ways of doing this. First is just to drop down like that. That's usually the one people know. The other way is to hold left, fall down in this section here, and then drop through. All of this is pretty basic. This one here, you got to drop quick and then go to the right quickly. That's really the only way to do it. Quickly and consistently. Now the last one, again, I'm actually just going to point you to Kongsberg's video to do this the quickest way possible. I never get it in a normal one, so basically this is what I'll do in a normal one. Now here, you want to try and make at least one cycle like this, by jumping up the slope of that one. That'll just help you get through a bit quicker. And then on this one, you want to jump off this one and get up here straight away if you can. If not, you just do it the slow way. You can jump off the end of those, but it's very risky, it's not worth it. Again, jump off here to get some downwards momentum, then make yourself drop. Now you can go up and around, people jump up and go around all that way, or you can basically just drop through there, but it's very tight and you have to get the timing right.
Very nice.
There's nothing tricky about this section, you just got to do it correctly. Now this one, you just want to get little speed boosts. Now if you do it right, you can get little ones like that. If you do it slightly wrong, you'll just end up jumping quickly forward and it'll like that. It'll stuff you up just ever so slightly. Don't jump too far forward in this, because if you do, you actually soft lock the game. Just drop yourself down. I might as well just keep going, I think. Now this one here, there is a way to do things quickly at the start, but I'm no good at it. So I'm just going to do the basic way.
Very nice.
All of this is just getting movement down pat, jumping off the edge.
Yes.
Little boosts. Now, I'll actually show you this one back here. It doesn't mean much, but basically, if I just hold right off the edge of this ramp, it will actually delay and send me slightly left if I've got speed up. But if I let go of right and then go press it again, it'll actually help me go a bit quicker through there. Again, this is basic, just avoiding and jumping when you can, getting through as quickly as you can.
Okay. Okay, not good.
Now, on the PlayStation, this is the quickest way to do this section with no lights. Run through now, and run through until you see basically that coin on the right, and that gap from the wall. So I'm safe here, I can sit here forever and ever. There's two times that you can run through. One is when that blade to the right is to the full left, or the full right. If it's to the full left, you have to jump over it, like that. If it's to the full right, you have to jump in here. Like basically, I'll do it again. Now run through when it's going up. Try and see that coin, and now jump. Now if you, what I'm going to do is from this, actually I'll put the light in there just to make it, so you can see what you can do wrong. So jump through, see that coin. Now, if it's at the left, if I jump, I die. So you can't just jump, you need to move to the right, and then jump over that little gap. So start to move to the right first, always.
I better watch my step.
Now the easiest, safest way to do this, wait till it gets behind you, jump on it, then just jump and keep floating and jumping, and you'll get past, you'll get through it, no matter what. If you miss the cycle that way, it gets a bit more painful. You just got to kind of keep pushing through it. Now this next one, you want to drop at the start and you want to get a pretty quick cycle to begin with.
This is not good.
So jump and hit this one pretty early. Jump, hit this one at the chain. Hit this one really early. You never want to stop holding right through at this section.
Well, look at this.
And you just want to get through this as quickly as possible so you can jump over the cogs. So you want to jump from here and get straight through. The quicker you do the earlier,
Looks a bit dangerous.
potentially the easier or harder it is to get past those cogs without an issue. Now on this one, no one really does the small skip I do, because it's a bit dangerous. Now, what you want to do, jump over the first one, follow the second, I'll do it properly. Jump over the first one, follow the second one really close and jump early, and then flow past the third one. Yeah. It really just takes practice and learning. Now, as long as you flow through that section at the right pace, you'll hit the same cycle each time. You can't. There's no point trying to rush through those spikes. Before this one, jump over and drop and hold, and then just drop into this corner. Then from this corner, just move to the right and drop straight down there, and then you can get a boost off there. Now I'm really terrible with this section. I always try and rush it. So I'll let people get their own patterns. Now this one here, don't worry about these platforms. Just jump up the wall. Now there is a little section here I'll show you. It's not really worth it in any percent, it's more an IL thing. So from here, move over to here, jump and jump off this other platform. So jump, missed it. If you do miss it, doesn't matter, you just got to jump up this wall. Move to the left, jump, and you just get straight up. The thing is, if you stuff it up and you jump too late, you can just kind of jump in here, jump up like that. But the quickest way is to hit the other platform and get a boost straight away. If I can do it. Jump, yep, just like that. Here you just want to be dropping and floating for as little time as possible. But of course, the quicker you do it, the riskier it is. So, in a normal run, I pretty much usually do 2 floats. Because otherwise you end up doing stuff like that.
Very nice.
Two more levels. This next one, the start is important. You want to get a small boost to get you through a section. So if you don't get the boost, basically what you need to do is just flow through here, and you'll get through here just nicely in time. And then you get to the next section. If you do it the slightly quicker way, I said if you do it the slightly quicker way, you jump over that second one, straight to the third. Yeah, small boost off the third, I didn't get enough of a boost. And you get through that one cycle earlier. The only thing you do kind of need to do is you need to get ahead of the saw blades that are coming up. I'll show you in a sec. So that saw blade can be an issue, especially if you're trying to do it quickly. So it's easier just to jump over it. You kind of need to get to the far side of those little blades there. Now here, you can rush it through and it is quicker. It's actually a lot easier just to wait And then just jump over pretty much everything. So as long as you got that first skip, that is like the super safe way of doing it. You never die. Now these, if you can do it this way in a run, you should. But it's a bit risky. So the first one, you just jump up, bounce once, and you just... and not right on the end like I did, just like here. Now that's how you can compensate if you screw it up. But you just want to get the nice flow through like that. And then on the second one, it's basically halfway down just like that. But if you need to compensate, you can do a bit of a brake float in the middle like you saw me do. This one, nothing can be done. Now, in this next section, no one does this. Usually if you do it the quick way, it'll be closest to you, and you just jump straight over that blade. But to do that, firstly it should be when it's at its closest point to you, so you can just jump straight on it. And you just need to jump early and let go of the jump then, and then pick it up afterwards. Then you need to knock this down. Now, jump at the end of that. Jump, jump, jump. Now just hold left here, and you'll get straight up there. Even if you don't have the momentum and you end up on the side of it, it'll actually just put you straight up there. Like that. And what you need to do is run to the left, jump at the last second, and stop yourself here. If you carry all your momentum up, come up here and you'll hit some spikes. So when you land, just stop, and then go again. Now, I don't do it very often in runs. I usually go across and then down where that blade is, but you can get up on top there. Let's see if I can do it quickly. Hold on. And then you can just jump straight over that other blade. It is quicker. It's really hard to get it with this. There we go. And then you just jump straight over. So, to be honest with you, I usually just go onto here. That's pretty much the end of this one. You just want to do a bit of speed tech in this last little section. So, this last level is a lot of speed tech. It's probably my favourite level out of the lot. So, the first section, you just get as much speed as you can. Come through here, jump, and then jump off the end of this one. A speed boost, you don't want to get down there. No. After you get a good speed boost off of here, basically just jump straight right over the blade. You don't get a big speed boost there. You just got to hit that one, come here, jump on there, get up here. Now, you want to hit that switch over there from the underside. So there's two ways to do it. Jump up and then you jump off this corner. Right. Like that. Or if you miss it the first time, basically use this upward slope here to jump that way. Okay. Just run across it like that. So that's the backup strat if you don't get it straight first.
I solved it.
Now this section here, the way to get a 3-cycle warp,
Another
potentially a
puzzle.
2-cycle, is you just need good timing. So the first one, just jump, drop. You don't get a big one off that, but jump straight up, drop straight away pretty much. So up again, drop straight away pretty much, and that'll just get you the 3-cycle.
Very nice.
Yeah, go straight through, but you just got to practice it. Speed boosts off there. Try and get a speed boost off the Plasma's box, like that. Now, let the box go down. You don't actually jump on the box. You just let it go down. But I'll go back again. What you actually want to do is just float your way down like this. That's a safe way. You can just float above the lava. Now, when this lava is released, ideally you want the box to fly to the right, and it won't be apparent until later in the level if it's worked or not, and there's only a small chance it'll work, but it'll let you do a skip. So there's no real way to do it, but you'll see it down here potentially. When it gets released, you may see that box fly to the right. As you're going down here, every time you hit a wall, jump, 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 jump. You saw that fly to the right. I don't think it flew far enough to the right. You want it to go like really way far to the right, and I'll show you why later. Now just make sure you jump up here the first cycle you can. Jump, drop this down. This is all pretty basic. Through here, you just want to hit these in the cycle. You're actually quicker than the cycle of each of these, so just don't kill yourself too much. Now in this next section, the quickest way to do this, there is one quickest way. So jump, float, follow it floating down, then just let go and go to the right, and just let yourself drop like that, and it'll put you to the left here. And this is the left point, right before the end. So as long as you did that exactly how I said, you're right at the end. Now, if you do it really quickly, you actually kill yourself on these if you just keep running. So you just got to slow yourself down so you don't die there. Now, if the box flew far enough to the right, you would literally just see it sitting down here. And you can literally just float down there on the box and jump over. It doesn't happen very often, but if it does, you just skip this whole little bit. And it actually removes the lava from the final cutscene, which is interesting. But it didn't happen, so we just released the lava and just wait. That's how you can skip this little bit. I don't know how to get the box to reliably go down there. Now you can go to the right there. It doesn't really save for a huge amount of time. And that's pretty much it. What I'm going to do now though, I'm just going to show you something interesting. You can just keep killing yourself here if you want. I'll just get a bit more momentum. What you can do is you can hit the button and basically you want to keep moving after the button, and the game will let you off the button and then you can keep moving. Because the lava will land on you and you'll die. More speed. This is not in any way useful for a speedrun. It's just an interesting thing to do. You just need a lot of momentum and hit the button on the right edge of it. See, I'm off the button now. I don't know if I got far enough on the button. If I did, I will die in just a minute. No, I didn't die. So, if you see the screen die, then all of a sudden you respawn, and you can keep dying, or you can actually hit the button again. which actually delays the ending again and screws up all the camera angles, which is just an interesting thing to do. The other interesting thing is I can just pause the game here and it'll skip this little scene here. I could have done it as soon as I hit the button and the game will just finish anyway, but the timer won't be going in this last section. It doesn't help RTA runs because they're RTA runs, but it is used for ILs. That's how I got the 2:39 time. So, that's it for now. It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm going to go to bed. And I will post this up on YouTube soon.